The discovery. In the sprawling metropolis of Neo-Tokyo, Dr. Yuki Tanaka stood before a whirring array of quantum processors, her eyes gleaming with a mixture of excitement and disbelief. The holographic display before her pulsed with data streams that defied conventional understanding. For years, she and her team at the Global Quantum Research Institute had been pushing the boundaries of quantum computing, but what they had stumbled upon in the past 72 hours was beyond their wildest dreams. Dr. Tanaka, the simulations are complete, called out her colleague, Dr. Marcus Chen, from across the lab. You're going to want to see this. Yuki hurried over, her heart racing. The 3D projection hovering above Marcus's workstation showed a complex network of intertwined energy patterns, pulsing and shifting in impossible ways. Is this what I think it is? Yuki whispered, her voice barely audible over the hum of machinery. Marcus nodded, his expression a mix of awe and trepidation. We've done it, Yuki. We've created a stable quantum nexus. The implications are, well, they're beyond anything we've ever imagined. The quantum nexus was a theoretical construct that had been the holy grail of quantum physics for decades. It represented a convergence point where the laws of quantum mechanics could be manipulated on a macroscopic scale, potentially allowing for instantaneous communication across vast distances, unbreakable encryption, and even the manipulation of space-time itself. As the reality of their discovery sank in, Yuki felt a shiver run down her spine. This wasn't just a scientific breakthrough. It was a paradigm shift that would redefine humanity's place in the universe. We need to inform the board immediately, Yuki said, her mind racing with the possibilities and responsibilities that now lay before them. And Marcus, let's keep this under wraps for now. The world isn't ready for this yet. Little did they know, their discovery had already sent ripples across the cosmos, catching the attention of beings far beyond Earth's reach. Thousands of light years away, on the crystalline world of Zephyria, the Grand Council of the Galactic Confederation convened in an emergency session. The vast chamber, with its swirling patterns of light and energy, buzzed with tension as representatives from 100 different species debated the implications of the quantum disturbance they had detected. High Counselor Xandrath, a being of pure energy contained within an ornate exosuit, addressed the assembly. Esteemed colleagues, we have detected a quantum anomaly originating from the Sol system. It appears that the humans, a species we have long observed but deemed primitive, have achieved what we thought impossible for their level of development. Murmurs of disbelief and concern rippled through the chamber. Ambassador Lyra, a graceful, avian-like creature with iridescent feathers, spoke up. Surely this must be a mistake. The humans are centuries away from such technology. I'm afraid not, Ambassador, Xandrath replied, his voice resonating with gravity. Our sensors are clear. The humans have created a stable quantum nexus, a feat that even our most advanced civilizations have struggled to achieve. The chamber erupted into chaos as the implications set in. The humans, a species barely out of their planetary cradle, now possess technology that could upset the delicate balance of power in the galaxy. We must act swiftly, declared Zorak, the reptilian representative from the militaristic Draconian Empire. This technology cannot be allowed to spread. We should neutralize the threat before it's too late. Neutralize? Lyra exclaimed, her feathers bristling. You speak of genocide. We cannot condemn an entire species for their scientific achievement. As the debate raged on, Xandrath called for order. We will not resort to violence, he stated firmly. But neither can we ignore this development. I propose we send an envoy to Earth immediately. We must assess the situation firsthand and determine the best course of action. The motion was put to a vote, and with a tense majority, it passed. The Galactic Confederation would make first contact with Earth, a decision that would alter the course of human history forever. Back on Earth, blissfully unaware of the cosmic drama unfolding, Yuki and Marcus worked tirelessly to refine their discovery. In the weeks that followed, they made breakthrough after breakthrough, each one pushing the boundaries of what they thought possible. One crisp autumn morning, as golden leaves swirled outside the Institute's windows, Yuki stood before the quantum nexus, marveling at its pulsing energy. She reached out, her fingers trembling slightly as they approached the shimmering field. "Careful, Yuki," Marcus warned, monitoring the readings from a safe distance. "We still don't fully understand its properties." But Yuki was entranced. As her hand made contact with the nexus, she felt a surge of energy course through her body. In that instant, her mind exploded with visions, glimpses of distant worlds, alien civilizations, and cosmic wonders beyond imagination. She pulled back with a gasp, her eyes wide with wonder. "Marcus," she breathed, "I saw everything. The universe, it's so much vaster and more incredible than we ever imagined. And we're not alone." Before Marcus could respond, alarms blared throughout the facility. On screens throughout the lab, news broadcasts flashed urgent headlines. "Unidentified object entering Earth's atmosphere. Global militaries on high alert. Is this first contact?" Yuki and Marcus exchanged looks of shock and apprehension. Their discovery had changed everything, and now it seemed the universe was responding. As governments around the world scrambled to respond to the approaching alien vessel, Yuki made a decision that would shape the course of events to come. She reached for her communicator, her hand steady despite the gravity of the moment. "This is Dr. Yuki Tanaka of the Global Quantum Research Institute," she said, her voice clear and determined. "I need to speak with the United Earth Council immediately. We have information crucial to this situation." Hours later, as the alien ship hovered above the United Nations headquarters in New York, Yuki found herself standing before the hastily assembled Earth Council. Leaders from every nation listened intently as she explained the quantum nexus and its potential implications. "Ladies and gentlemen," she concluded, her voice echoing through the chamber, "we stand at a crossroads. The technology we've developed has the potential to transform our world, to solve our energy crisis, to heal our planet, but it has also drawn the attention of beings from beyond our stars. How we proceed in the coming days will determine not just the fate of our discovery, but the future of our species." As if on cue, a blinding light filled the chamber. When it faded, 3 alien beings stood before the astonished assembly: Sandrath, Lyra, and Zorak, representatives of the Galactic Confederation. Sandrath stepped forward, his energy form shimmering with an otherworldly beauty. "People of Earth," he intoned, his words somehow understood by all present, "we come in peace, but also in grave concern. You stand upon the precipice of a power you may not fully comprehend. We are here to guide you, to warn you, and if necessary, to protect the galaxy from the consequences of your actions." The chamber fell silent, the weight of the moment palpable. Humanity's first contact with alien life had arrived, inextricably linked to a discovery that promised to reshape the cosmos. As Yuki looked from the alien envoys to the leaders of Earth, she realized that the true test was just beginning. The quantum nexus had opened a door, but what lay beyond, cooperation or conflict, enlightenment or destruction, would depend on the choices they made in the coming days. With a deep breath, she stepped forward. "On behalf of Earth," she said, her voice steady, "we welcome you. We have much to discuss." And so began a new chapter in human history, one that would challenge everything they thought they knew about their place in the universe. The quantum nexus had thrust humanity onto the galactic stage, and now they would have to prove they were ready for the cosmic drama about to unfold. First contact. The United Nations General Assembly Hall buzzed with a mixture of awe and apprehension as Earth's leaders faced the alien delegation. Dr. Yuki Tanaka stood at the podium, her presence a bridge between 2 worlds. To her left, the stoic faces of humanity's representatives. To her right, the otherworldly forms of Sandrath, Lyra, and Zorak. "We understand your concerns," Yuki began, her voice steady despite the weight of the moment. But the quantum nexus represents a leap forward not just for humanity, but potentially for all sentient life. We're prepared to work with the Galactic Confederation to ensure its responsible development. Sandrath's energy form pulsed, a sign of acknowledgement. Your willingness to cooperate is admirable, Dr. Tanaka. However, you must understand the gravity of the situation. The power you've unlocked has the potential to destabilize the cosmic order we've maintained for millennia. Lyra, her iridescent feathers shimmering, stepped forward. Perhaps we should view this as an opportunity rather than a threat. The humans have achieved something remarkable. With proper guidance, they could become valuable allies. Zorak, the reptilian representative, hissed in disagreement. And if they prove unworthy of such power, the risks are too great. We should contain this technology before it spreads. The debate raged on, with Earth's leaders listening intently. Some argued for full disclosure and cooperation, while others advocated for protecting Earth's interests above all else. As tensions rose, an unexpected voice cut through the clamor. Marcus Chen, who had been observing quietly, stood up. "If I may," he said, his voice resolute, "we didn't create the quantum nexus to gain power or to threaten anyone. We did it because we believe in the pursuit of knowledge, in pushing the boundaries of what's possible. That's who we are as a species. We explore, we innovate, we grow. Yes, we've made mistakes along the way, but we've also achieved incredible things. Give us a chance to prove ourselves." A hush fell over the assembly. Even the alien delegates seemed taken aback by the passionate declaration. Yuki seized the moment. "We propose a compromise. Allow us to continue our research under the supervision of the Galactic Confederation. We'll share our findings, work together to understand the full implications of the quantum nexus. In return, we ask for the opportunity to join the galactic community as equals, not as subjects." The alien delegates conferred among themselves, their discussion incomprehensible to human ears. Finally, Sandrath turned to address the assembly. "We accept your proposal, with conditions. Joint task force will be established to oversee the Quantum Nexus project. Knowledge will be shared, but certain safeguards must be put in place. And know this, the eyes of the galaxy will be upon you. Your actions in the coming months will determine humanity's place among the stars." As the terms of the agreement were hammered out, Yuki felt a mix of relief and trepidation. They had avoided immediate conflict, but the real challenges were just beginning. In the weeks that followed, Earth transformed. The skies filled with alien ships as delegates from across the galaxy arrived to witness humanity's emergence onto the cosmic stage. Cities buzzed with a new energy as humans and aliens began the delicate dance of cultural exchange. The Global Quantum Research Institute, now expanded and renamed the Nexus Cooperative, Yuki and Marcus worked tirelessly alongside their new alien colleagues. The fusion of human innovation and alien wisdom led to breakthroughs that pushed the boundaries of science itself. One evening, as they took a rare break to watch the sunset from the Institute's rooftop garden, Marcus turned to Yuki. "Did you ever imagine it would be like this?" he asked, gesturing to the alien ships gliding silently overhead. Yuki shook her head, a small smile playing on her lips. "Never. But isn't that the beauty of science? It takes us to places we never thought possible." Their moment of reflection was interrupted by an urgent call. "Dr. Tanaka, Dr. Chen, you're needed in the main lab immediately," came the voice of their assistant. "There's been an incident." They rushed to the lab, finding it in chaos. Alarms blared as scientists, both human and alien, scrambled to contain a pulsing anomaly at the center of the quantum nexus. "What happened?" Yuki demanded, assessing the situation. A young researcher, her face pale with shock, stepped forward. "We were running a new simulation, pushing the nexus to its limits, but something went wrong. The energy patterns, they're becoming unstable." As they watched, the quantum field began to warp, creating distortions in the very fabric of space-time around it. Through the fluctuations, they caught glimpses of other worlds, other realities. "We need to shut it down," Marcus said, moving towards the control panel. But Zandrath, who had been overseeing the project, held up a hand to stop him. "Wait, this could be the breakthrough we've been waiting for. If we can stabilize the field, we might be able to establish controlled gateways between distant points in space-time." Yuki hesitated, torn between caution and the tantalizing possibility of an even greater discovery. "It's too risky," she finally decided. "We need to contain it before it grows beyond our control." As they worked frantically to stabilize the quantum field, none of them noticed the shadowy figure slipping out of the lab, a data drive clutched tightly in its hand. Miles away, in a secret facility hidden beneath the Rocky Mountains, a group of human leaders met in hushed tones. "The aliens are holding us back," declared General Helena Voss, her eyes hard as she addressed the room. "They fear our potential. It's time we took control of our own destiny." A murmur of agreement rippled through the assembled group. They represented a coalition of nations and corporations who believed humanity was moving too slowly, too cautiously, embracing its new cosmic role. "What do you propose?" asked Dmitry Volkov, a Russian oligarch with a vested interest in off-world mining rights. Helena smiled, a predatory glint in her eye. "We have an agent inside the Nexus Cooperative. Today, they managed to extract vital data on the Quantum Nexus project. With this information, we can develop our own version, free from alien oversight." "And if the Galactic Confederation finds out?" someone asked nervously. "By the time they realize what's happening, it'll be too late," Helena assured them. "Humanity will have claimed its rightful place among the stars, whether they like it or not." As the secret meeting concluded, none of them realized the true consequences of their actions. The stability of Earth's newfound place in the galactic community hung by a thread, and the decisions made in the coming days would determine not just humanity's fate, but the future of the entire cosmos. Back at the Nexus Cooperative, Yuki and Marcus finally managed to stabilize the quantum field. As the alarms fell silent and the lab returned to normal, they exchanged weary but triumphant smiles. They had faced their first major crisis and emerged stronger for it. But as Yuki looked out at the starry sky, visible through the lab's panoramic windows, she couldn't shake the feeling that this was just the beginning. Greater challenges lay ahead, and the true test of humanity's readiness for the cosmic stage was yet to come. The Cosmic Conspiracy. As dawn broke over the gleaming spires of the Nexus Cooperative, Yuki Tanaka found herself unable to shake a growing sense of unease. The quantum nexus had been stable for weeks now, yielding incredible advancements in fields ranging from medicine to space travel. Yet something felt off. The discordant note in the symphony of progress. Yuki's concerns were interrupted by a priority alert on her COM device. "Emergency meeting in conference room Alpha." The message read, "Classified. Attendance mandatory." When she arrived, Yuki found the room already buzzing with tension. Marcus stood at the front, his usually calm demeanor replaced by barely contained anger. Beside him, Zandrath's energy form pulsed erratically, a clear sign of distress. "What's going on?" Yuki asked, taking her seat. Marcus took a deep breath before addressing the room. "We've detected unauthorized access to our central database. Sensitive data regarding the quantum nexus has been stolen." Collective gasp rippled through the assembled scientists. Yuki felt her blood run cold. "How is that possible? Our security protocols were bypassed," Zandrath interjected, his voice resonating with a mix of disappointment and concern. "We believe this was an inside job." The implications hung heavy in the air. Someone they trusted, someone with high-level clearance, had betrayed them. As the meeting progressed, theories and accusations flew. Some suspected alien involvement. Others pointed fingers at rival research groups. But Yuki's mind raced towards a more troubling conclusion. We need to consider the possibility that this wasn't just about stealing data, she said, her voice cutting through the chaos. What if someone is trying to replicate the quantum nexus? The room fell silent as the weight of her words sank in. If true, it could upset the delicate balance that struck with the Galactic Confederation. We must inform the Earth Council and the Confederation immediately, Xandreth declared. This breach threatens not just your world, but the stability of the entire galaxy. As they prepared to make the announcement, little did they know that their worst fears were already being realized. Deep within the secret facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, General Helena Voss stood before a hastily constructed quantum array. The stolen data had allowed her team to make remarkable progress in a short time. Begin the initialization sequence, she commanded, her eyes gleaming with anticipation. As the machine hummed to life, energy crackling around its core, Helena allowed herself a moment of triumph. Soon, humanity would have its own quantum nexus, free from alien oversight or control. But as the power levels climbed, something went terribly wrong. The energy field began to warp and twist, tearing holes in the very fabric of reality. Through the rifts, glimpses of other worlds, other dimensions, flickered into view. Shut it down, Helena screamed, but it was too late. The quantum cascade had begun, and it was spreading beyond their control. Back at the Nexus Cooperative, alarms blared as sensors detected massive quantum disturbances emanating from the Rocky Mountains. Yuki and Marcus rushed to the control room, their faces pale as they realized the magnitude of the crisis. Someone's activated an unstable quantum nexus, Marcus said, his fingers flying over the holographic controls. The dimensional barriers are breaking down. If we don't contain this, it could spread across the entire planet. Yuki turned to Xandreth, her eyes pleading. We need help. Can the Confederation? But Xandreth was already moving, his energy form pulsing with urgency. I have sent out a distress call. But Yuki, you must understand, if we cannot contain this, the Confederation may have no choice but to quarantine your entire solar system to prevent the anomaly from spreading further. The gravity of the situation hit Yuki like a physical blow. Everything they'd worked for, Earth's newfound place in the galactic community, it all hung in the balance. As Confederation ships began to arrive, their advanced technology barely able to contain the spreading quantum rifts, Yuki made a decision. We need to go to the source, she said, her voice steady despite the chaos around them. Whatever caused this, it started in those mountains. We might be the only ones who can stop it. Marcus nodded, determination etched on his face. I'm with you, but how do we get there? The area's probably in complete lockdown. A new voice joined the conversation. I believe I can assist with that. They turned to see Lyra, the avian ambassador, her iridescent feathers ruffled with concern. My personal shuttle can get us there undetected. But we must hurry. As they prepared for their desperate mission, reports flooded in from around the globe. Quantum anomalies were appearing in major cities, causing panic and destruction. The veil between dimensions was growing thinner by the minute. Aboard Lyra's sleek shuttle, Yuki watched the devastation unfold on the view screens. Cities she'd known all her life were being torn apart by forces beyond human comprehension. And it was all because of their discovery, their breakthrough that was supposed to elevate humanity. We'll fix this, Marcus said softly, placing a hand on her shoulder. We have to. As they approached the Rocky Mountain facility, the true scale of the disaster became apparent. The entire area was enveloped in a swirling vortex of quantum energy, reality itself seeming to bend and warp around it. Lyra skillfully piloted the shuttle through the chaos, bringing them as close as she dared to the epicenter. This is as far as I can take us, she announced. The quantum interference is too strong. You'll have to proceed on foot. Yuki and Marcus exchanged a look, both understanding the risks. They donned protective suits designed to shield them from the worst of the quantum fluctuations. Be careful, Lyra said as they prepared to disembark. And remember, the fate of your world, perhaps the entire galaxy, rests on what you do next. With a final nod, Yuki and Marcus stepped out into the maelstrom. The world around them flickered and shifted, glimpses of alien landscapes and impossible geometries bleeding through the cracks in reality. As they fought their way towards the heart of the anomaly, Yuki's mind raced. They had no plan, no real idea of what they would find, but they had come too far to turn back now. Finally, they reached the entrance to the underground facility. The doors had been torn off their hinges by the quantum forces, leaving the gaping maw that seemed to lead into the very heart of chaos. Yuki took a deep breath, steeling herself for whatever lay ahead. "Ready?" she asked, looking at Marcus. He nodded, a grim smile on his face. "Let's save the world." Together, they stepped into the unknown, carrying with them the hopes of not just Earth, but the entire galactic community. The next few moments would determine whether humanity's great leap forward would be its last, or the beginning of a new era of cosmic understanding. As they descended into the heart of the crisis, the fate of worlds hung in the balance, waiting to see if human ingenuity and determination could once again overcome impossible odds. Humanity's stand. Yuki and Marcus pushed through the chaotic maelstrom of the underground facility, reality warping around them with each step. The quantum fluctuations grew more intense as they approached the core, where the unauthorized nexus pulsed with unstable energy. They found General Helena Voss frantically working at a control panel, her face a mask of desperation. She whirled to face them, her eyes wild. "Stay back. Can fix this." "Helena, it's over," Yuki said, her voice firm despite the swirling chaos. "We need to shut it down before it's too late." "You don't understand," Helena snarled. "This is our chance to break free from alien control, to claim our rightful place in the galaxy." Marcus stepped forward, his hands raised in a placating gesture. "Look around you, General. This isn't freedom, it's destruction. We're tearing apart the very fabric of our reality." As if to emphasize his point, a massive tremor shook the facility. Through a sudden rift in space-time, they caught a glimpse of New York City, buildings crumbling as quantum anomalies tore through the streets. Helena's resolve wavered, the weight of her actions finally sinking in. I never meant for this to happen. Just wanted to protect Earth. Then help us stop it," Yuki pleaded. "Your knowledge of this system could be the key." With a reluctant nod, Helena joined them at the controls. Together, they worked feverishly to stabilize the rogue nexus, their combined expertise pushing the limits of human understanding. As they struggled, Yuki's mind raced. The solution was there, just out of reach. Then, in a flash of inspiration, she saw it. "The original nexus," she gasped. "If we can link them, use the stable one to absorb the energy from this one." Marcus caught on immediately. It could work, but the power surge would be massive. "We'd need to channel it," Helena finished, a glimmer of hope in her eyes. "I think I know how." What followed was a desperate race against time. As reality crumbled around them, the three scientists worked in perfect synergy, their past differences forgotten in the face of global catastrophe. Yuki established a quantum link with the Nexus Cooperative. Marcus calibrated the energy flow, and Helena repurposed military-grade containment fields to direct the surge. With a final, heart-stopping moment of uncertainty, they activated the link. The facility shook violently as raw quantum energy coursed through their makeshift conduits. For a terrifying instant, Yuki feared they had failed. Then, slowly, miraculously, the chaos began to subside. The quantum rifts started to close, reality knitting itself back together. As the last tremors faded, Yuki, Marcus, and Helena shared a look of exhausted triumph. They had done it. Earth, and the galaxy, was saved. Part 5. A new galactic era. In the days that followed, Earth began the long process of recovery. The quantum crisis had left scars, both physical and psychological. But it had also united humanity in a way nothing else could have. The Galactic Confederation, impressed by humanity's resilience and ingenuity in the face of catastrophe, officially welcomed Earth as a full member. The quantum nexus, now understood and respected as a powerful but double-edged tool, became the foundation for unprecedented cooperation between species. Yuki, Marcus, and even Helena found themselves at the forefront of a new era of galactic science. Their experiences had shown them the true potential of combining human innovation with alien wisdom. As Yuki stood on the observation deck of the newly constructed Turin Space Academy, watching students of a dozen species mingle and learn together, she felt a profound sense of hope. Marcus joined her, a warm smile on his face. "Quite a view, isn't it?" Yuki nodded, her eyes on the stars. "We've come so far, and yet our journey is just beginning." Marcus finished. As if on cue, a sleek ship emerged from hyperspace, the latest fruit of human-alien collaboration. It represented not just technological advancement, but a new philosophy of cosmic exploration and understanding. Yuki's COM device chimed with a message from Sandrath. The Confederation had detected unusual quantum readings from a distant galaxy, and Earth's expertise was requested. The stars stretched out before them, infinite in their promise. And humanity, having faced its greatest trial and emerged stronger, was finally ready to take its place among them.